بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Amma ba'd, my brothers and sisters in Islam, I would like to greet you all by saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, we are back again to continue in learning the Arabic alphabets. So today, inshallah, we're going to start, to learn how to do the pronunciations, bi'idhnillah. Okay? But before that, there are 3 points I would like to discuss about. So these 3 things you are seeing, reading, identification, and also writing, they are very important in everything. Okay? In any language you are, learning. So the first thing is reading. In Arabic alphabet, I always tell this to my students. You should know how to read, okay? First, you should know how to pronounce those letters, okay? From there, you should be able to identify them. This is alif, this is ba, this is ta, okay? And then you should be able to write, okay? So that you can write, emails by yourself. You can write, letters to your friends. You can do many things by yourself, okay? So the first thing, always remember, you should be able to read that letter. You should be able to pronounce it correctly, perfectly. From there, you should be able to identify that letter, not just to read it, because if you are able to read it but you can't identify it, still you are in a trouble, because you can't recite the Quran by yourself. So therefore, always remember that the first thing is to read, okay, to be able to read it, and then to identify it. I'm sorry for that. Then you should be able to write it. So we're going to do all these exercises all the time, okay? I will make sure that you are reading it correctly, perfectly, bi'idhnillah, and also I will make sure that you've understood and you can be able to identify each and every letter we're going to learn. Then from there, I'll be giving you some exercise, about writing also, okay? Jazakumullahu khaira. So now I will just write the letters, then we start the pronunciations. MashaAllah. So now you are starting to learn the Arabic alphabets. I hope you are ready. Okay? So now I've just wrote, the first 10 letters. Don't see it as something, which is a waste of time because you want to learn everything in one day. It doesn't work like that. I always tell my students that everything begins here. If you understand these 28 or 29 alphabets, then you are good to go, okay? But if you don't rectify your mistakes here, you will still be repeating the same mistake and you will still be, struggling all the time. So this is why I prefer to waste some time here than, to waste time when reciting the Quran with you, okay? Because you're going to find it so difficult, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't help you at the end, you will even be, frustrated and stop reciting the Quran. And I never want that to happen to you. So therefore, spend some time here, practice more and more, rectify your mistakes, then you will find other topics easy. Okay? MashaAllah. So now listen to me carefully. We're going to learn how to read, okay? How to identify the Arabic alphabets and also how to write them. Very important, even though my handwriting is poor. Okay? So now let's start with this one. We pronounce this as alif. Alif is the first letter. Okay? Alif. Alif. Okay? Alif. Good. From there we have ba. Ba. Or maybe let me give you some time to say it after me. Let's start it again. Alif. Good. Again. Alif. Good. Ba. Again. Ba. MashaAllah. Ta. Again. Ta. Don't say ta in empty mouth. Ta. Good. Then we have Tha. Your tongue needs to be out, okay? Tha. It needs to be shown. Good. Then we have tha. From there, Jim, the J sound. Jim. Say it after me. Again, Jim. MashaAllah. Ha. The cold air from your throat. Again, ha. So this one is kha. When pronouncing kha, let me explain something very important. You first have to make the sound first before pronouncing the letter itself. Okay? Which means this is how you're going to pronounce it. Okay? Make the sound first. Okay? Kha, like that. And don't say kha. Make it in full mouth. Pronounce it in full mouth. Because kha is one of the letters of full mouth. If you can remember, we've learned about the full mouth letters. And kha is one of them. Okay? So when reciting the Quran, you have to start saying, example, وَآمَنَهُم مِّنْ خَوْفٍ. Okay? وَآمَنَهُم مِّنْ خَوْفٍ. Not min khawf. Okay? Because why? Kha is one of the letters of full mouth. Okay? Therefore, we have to pronounce it in full mouth. Good. From there, or before that, let's repeat it maybe twice. Again, kha. Good. Kha. MashaAllah. Now let's move to this one. Dal. Okay? The D sound. Dal. MashaAllah. And say it after me. Dal. Okay? Remember, your tongue needs to be shown, okay? Like that. So the way of pronouncing dal and tha is very simple. The first step is that your tongue needs to be out. Then you press your teeth on it, and then you go ahead, okay? Dal. Make the vibration sound. If not, it's going to be tha, okay? Dal. MashaAllah. I'm proud of you. And the last letter we're going to learn today is Ra. So again, Ra also, it is not a full mouth letter, but sometimes we consider it as a full mouth letter. Okay? Whenever Ra is having Fatha or Dhamma. Okay? But when there is Kasra, we pronounce it in empty mouth. Okay? So in this case, or in this situation, we're going to pronounce it in full mouth by saying Ra. So when reciting the Quran, you can't say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil. You can't say Alhamdulillahi Rabbil. No. Say Rabbil in full mouth letter. Even though there are a lot of people making this mistake. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil. So say it after me. Ra. Good. Again. Ra. MashaAllah. So now remember, I've told you that there are three main things that we need to put into consideration, okay? The first one is reading, how to read. We've done that one, how to pronounce the letters, MashaAllah. From there, now we have to do the identification to make sure that you are able to identify each and every single letter that we've learned today. And from there, we have to do some writing exercise as well. Let's do that. MashaAllah. Now we are having exercise on the board, as you can see. Okay? So the way we're going to do this, I will just write letters out of the letters we've learned today. Then you will name it before I will say it in the video. Okay? Let's try this. The first one will be easy. Good. Which letter is that? That's Alif. Alif. Okay? Which letter is that? That's Jim. Jim. Okay? What about this one? That's Dal. Dal. Okay? Let me change that one. Okay? The eraser is here. Good. Which letter is that? That's Tha. Tha. What about this one? Ra. Ra. Okay? This one, that's a dot. Ba. Ba. Okay? Okay. Let me try and write another ones. We've done alif, ba. Okay. This one. Thus, ha. Ha. Okay. This one. Ta. Ta. Okay. Ta. That looks so ugly. This one. Kha. Kha. Okay. Now the last one I think is this one. Which one is that? Dhal. Okay. Dhal. MashaAllah. So now I want you to tell me how many ranks do you have, okay, in the comment section. So now what we're going to do, we're going to do writing exercise now, okay? We have to do the writing exercise. Prepare for that as well. MashaAllah. So now we're going to do the writing, exercise. The way we're going to do this, I will just say a letter and then you will write it down. Okay? Let's start this quickly. The first letter I will say, remember, the starting is always easy. This is a promise from me. Okay? The starting will be always easy. Write down Alif. That's Alif. Okay? Write down Jim. You have to be quick. That's Jim. Okay? Now let's try this one. Ra. Ra. That's Ra. MashaAllah. Don't worry. I'm just trying to confuse you. That's just a joke. Okay? MashaAllah. So this is Ra. Okay? Don't be confused, please. Then Ba. Ba. That's Ba. Okay? So now let's try another one. Kha. Kha. That's Kha. Okay? Now ذال ذال. That's ذال. Okay, now try to write down, maybe let's say ta. Ta. That's ta. Okay, now dal. Again, dal. That's dal. Okay, I think we are left with maybe 2 letters. Okay, now let's try tha. Tha. That's tha. Okay, now the last one is jim. Can you please write down jim? That's jim. Okay, I'm sorry, let me write it properly. That's jim. Good. So that's it. We've done all the exercises, alhamdulillah. Now we're gonna end the lesson here, bi'idhnillah. And I want to know how many wrongs did you get. Please write it in the comment section so that I will know how to advise you. And if you have any question, you can just write it down there, inshallah. I will go over all the comments and check them. In my next video, I will answer to all your questions, bi'idhnillah. Jazakumullahu khaira, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. قرآني في قلبي دوما يغمرني من فيض ضياء آيات المولى تدفعني نحو العليا والكون الواسع في صدري أحضنه أرضا وسماء يا ربي قد نلت منايا وبختم كتابك أرقى